What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about BioWare, the famous developer known for creating such hits as Dragon Age Origins, the Mass Effect trilogy, and of course Knights of the Old Republic. And they've been known for being one of the best RPG storytellers of all time, with the choices that you make that can cause consequences to your actions, and great cast of characters that you get connected to. But for the past couple of games, they've been having oopsies, with 2017 with Mass Effect Andromeda, and after that, the infamous disaster known as Anthem. And if we want to go prior to that, some people will say that it all started when Mass Effect 3 and its horrendous ending. And I do say ending and not endings, because pretty much they were all the same, but would later get fixed through the extended cut. So BioWare have not had a great track record lately, but they got a new game coming out finally. Dragon Age the Veilguard. Man, why the fuck did they change it? Dragon Age Veilguard is going to be their next game, and this game has been in development hell for years, almost 2 decades, with the original plan in being a live service game. But since Anthem failed, they decided to scrap all of that and start all over again. Hence why it took longer for the game to finally release. So we finally had our first look at the game in the Xbox showcase, and it was disliked to hell. I mean, the look of the characters, the animation looked off. It looked more cartoony than the usual, and the use of David Bowie's Heroes was way off as the music background. But then a few weeks later, they showcased the gameplay trailer, and it looked much better. Why didn't they start with that first? But anyway, it was not a good start with Dragon Age Veilguard, and that's what we're talking about today. Dragon Age Veilguard will determine the future of BioWare. After flop, BioWare needs a win right now. Say what you will about those games, Andromeda and Anthem, they were not well received, critically and financially. And mainly the financial part is what's more important. And that's not necessarily BioWare's fault. They were using an engine that they were not used to, and pretty much the game suffered because of that. Now, going back to Dragon Age, like I mentioned before, the game has been in development hell for almost 2 decades. That's because they of course scrapped their original plans and started from scratch. Plus we had multiple directors of the game leave, plus all the layoffs, which would then of course lead for many delays. But usually when that happens, they would try to make a great quality product, right? Well, let's hope so, because this is literally the game that, well, if it fails, BioWare may be done. EA will look at the numbers and be like, yeah, this isn't gonna cut it, we're gonna shut them down. This is BioWare's last chance, and if it fails, company shuts down. Mass Effect 4 or 5 will be canceled, and that'll be the end of BioWare. And that's a sad thing to say, but it's true. If it doesn't do well critically or financially, for that matter, they're done. And they've been close to being shut down before. The failures of Andromeda and Anthem lost so much money for EA, and they were close to being shut down. And also because EA thought that nobody cared about single player games or some BS like that. But the success of Jedi Fallen Order actually convinced EA to keep the company going. So if it weren't for that, they would probably be dead by now. And they pretty much have a second chance. Hopefully Dragon Age does become successful, and it will bring back BioWare to its glory days, hopefully. But do the fans care anymore? Do they care about BioWare? I mean, they've been screwed over many times with their games. Mass Effect 3 with their bullshit day 1 DLC, and their horrendous ending where they're pretty much the same, and also has this stupid Star Child. Don't even get me fucking started. Dragon Age Inquisition, well received. There are some people that did not like it that much because it didn't have the same vibe as Dragon Age Origins. You could say the same with Dragon Age 2. Of course, Andromeda and Anthem, like, those are shit in general. Do fans really care about BioWare at this point? Do they want this thing to fail? Do they want them to shut down? Maybe. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but from the reception of the trailers, it's not going well. But we shall see. Anyway, I will end the video off here. Like and subscribe, and as always, let's hug it out.